right, we're back. Guys, welcome back to a really exciting new edition of Play It Forward, the Actors Edition. And kicking it off is Lex Medlin. Lex Medlin not only has his own wiki page, but he's been acting, which is very impressive, Lex. And he's been acting professionally for the last 25 years, which is a huge, accomplishment. I mean, to make a living acting is amazing. And Lex has been doing it long and hard. And this guy, no doubt, has seen it all. Lex, you're in LA, right?
Yep. Calabasas, California, out here with the Kardashians, and I think Justin Bieber lives out here too, or somebody like that.
This guy has seen it all and then some. So really, Lex, seriously, an honor, privilege to have you on the show. Taking the time to do this is very cool of you. I discovered you watching Mad Doggin' with our last Play It Forward featuring Terrence Houston, filmmaker. Great film, Mad Doggin'. Your role, like, you know, they say jumped off the screen. You leaped, man. I mean, it was like, this guy is ridiculous. I mean, your performance as this cop, I don't know if you have an anger problem or what. But
talk to my wife.
Yeah, I mean, you tapped into that like really well. And so, you know, we wanted to do this Actors Edition. I wanted to do this Actors Edition. The team here at Digipops wanted to do this Actors Edition because the heart of great cinema is acting. And the heart of great directing is getting your actors to perform. And that is such a nuanced relationship. So, you know, I want to just kick it down with the basics. We got 3 questions, just like we always do on the Play It Forward. And the first one, Lex, is just basically, what is acting? How do you approach it? You know, if you want to go into why do you do it, that would be interesting as well. But what is acting? How do you define it?
It's making it up. There's a great short. I don't know if you've seen it by Ian McKellen, and he's talking very seriously and grandiosely to another actor, like he's teaching an acting class. And I'm totally paraphrasing here, but he says to this young actor, he says, you know, when I was playing Magneto, I wasn't actually Magneto. I was pretending to be Magneto. And I laugh because at the end of the day, that's kind of all we're doing. Now, there is an absolute skill set to executing, because if you're creating it, coming from your imagination to executing it on film, there's a skill set there, maybe even just some inherited talent. And then there's even more so in terms of most of the time, you're getting somebody else's script. You're getting it right. You get a script, and you have to make your choices, and you have to execute them onto the film. And that's where the skill and the artistry can come in.
Well,
we talk about Mad Doggin'. It was a one-night shoot, and I saw it. And the first decade of my career was mostly comedies, a lot of sitcoms and whatnot. And so I saw that part, and I knew it was only going to be one night, so it wasn't going to interfere with anything if I got a real paying job kind of a thing. But and I knew Terrence, and I trusted Terrence. That was a big one, and I knew the part was really dark. And I was like, you know what? I don't get to do enough really dark stuff. Ironically, I have since, but I said let's do it. And so Terrence, kind of gave me free reign, and I sat with the boys before we started, and I went, I'm gonna come after you, and you just need to go with it. And to their credit, they did. And so we got what we got on that night.
They did a great job. So, I mean, I think you mentioned 2 magic word. You mentioned one magic word and then a magic concept. So, which is, we got to drill down deep. So first you said trust. So trust between the director and your actors is huge. I mean, that's the entire thing. And that's a team. I mean, any team is built on trust. And then skill set, that's the fundamental, that's the magic secret sauce, right? Everybody's looking for. I've done a little bit of acting, and I've gotten compliments on it. And so, I'm just saying that other people think I can do it well. And one of the things that has helped me performance is really 2 things. Embodying, I think the imagination is critical. So just embodying that role and pretending like you are this person and you understand it. But beyond that, the idea of thinking aloud has really helped me create a nuanced, realistic performance when you're not speaking, when you're listening, right? And like Weston, what's her name? Judith Weston, I think, famous, acting teacher. She talks, and then a lot of acting teachers talk about listening. So what are you doing when you're listening? You're still responding, right? You're still in character. So thinking aloud, and one thing that's helped me is just acting is thinking aloud. So what are some of those techniques that have come across your life that have become mantras to you?
Well, when you talk about, because it is ironic, I had a good friend, Jeremy Davies, who's an actor. We were really good friends in my 20s, and he was taken off doing huge pictures. Private Ryan, Solaris, and all that. But he would come back, and him and I would talk acting for literally days. We would sit for like 8 hours a day talking about it. And the irony was, it could get really convoluted, and we would get into deep, crazy things. But at the end, it always came back to the very simple things. And when you're talking about listening, all you're really talking about is being completely engaged in the moment. You're in the moment, shooting it, whatever it is, and you're completely in the moment. You're not aware of any cameras. You're not aware of anything. If you're on stage, you're not aware, you are completely in. And why you need trust with the director is because I can't see the monitor. I can't see it through the camera. I don't know what it looks like. And it might not look right. And so you have to have trust in the director to be able to go, okay, let's do it again. You need to be here on this part, and you need to bring it down because it's reading really, really big. And if I trust the director, I'll be like, okay, let's roll it again. Here's a cool example of that. I'm doing the show, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Are you familiar with that one?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So I'm doing It's Always Sunny, and it's the three guys in the show. It's really their baby. And the guy, Charlie, you know him. He's blowing up right now. But we get ready to do the climactic scene, and I'm supposed to just lose it on Caitlin, the girl in the show, right? And I'm supposed to just lose it on her. I've had it with her, and I lose it on her. We do a take of it. Charlie comes out of Video Village, and he says, okay, it's great. Do it again. But at the time, I was on the show Southland, cop show. I was recurring on that. And he said, do it like you would do Southland. And I went, okay, I know what you're talking about. It's a different energy. Let's do it. We do it again. Comes out. He goes, great. It's great. Do it like you would do Southland, but scream every line. And I started laughing, and I realized, oh, you're being serious. And I went, okay. And then I immediately just stay in the moment, stay in your moment, stay right here with Caitlin doing it. And I screamed every line and we finished. And I walked away going, what the hell did I just shoot? But then when I saw it aired, I went, oh yeah, they knew exactly what they wanted. I trusted them and just did it. Wow. And the end result was, in my opinion, and I was proud of that show. And I was like, yeah, okay, you got to trust. Sometimes you got to just go with it and do whatever they're telling you to do. Not always.
Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, that's really stepping into the unknown and having courage to do that. I mean, it takes tremendous courage. And
the other big skill set is I've had multiple. And I'm bringing it up because this has happened to me multiple times now. I've finished an audition, and the casting director would say, do you teach? And I'm like, I don't yet. And they're like, well, you need to. And when you do, you need to teach these young actors to commit. Now, that sounds like an easy thing.
Yeah.
But it's one of the reasons I have gotten a lot of work is because early on, I didn't have a filter going, you're going to be embarrassed if you do that. I just said, we're doing this. We're doing this right now. Here we go.
Yeah.
And I would
That's huge.
saw it in Mad Dog, and I committed to being a jerk. Another good example, there's a show called Supernatural, and I played Cupid on Supernatural. And so here I am. And in the scene, I have to go from crazy, happy, having a good time to at one point that I just break down and I'm just sobbing. And then at the end, I'm getting mad. And it's like every emotion you can think of in this 2-minute scene. Meanwhile, I'm also butt naked on a soundstage in Vancouver in January. So it doesn't get much more vulnerable than that. But as I'm looking at the part, I'm going, if I go halfway with this, it's going to look awful. So we have to just, even if you look like a complete moron, commit. Just commit to it 100% and go.
And how do you do that with stuff that you think is just ass stupid?
Then that, if nothing else, when you look at it, you go, this is going to be an exercise for me. If nothing else, because there are plenty of times when I pick it up and I'm like, for me, it's like, this is going to be a paycheck and we're just going to get through it.
We're just going to do it. This is professional. Yeah.
There was a great line. I had a sitcom happy hour and we gotten canceled, but we were shooting the last episode. And the stage next door was Jeffrey Tambor and John Lithgow were doing a show, and their show had been canceled. And Jeffrey Tambor came over, and we were talking, and he said, hey, I know you're shooting one more. I know you're canceled. Do a good job. Commit, basically. Do a good job. Because, whether you know it or not, this will air in Czechoslovakia. I mean, once studios have something, they'll air it all over the place anyway, even if it's been canceled. And it was just a lesson of, even if you don't think it's going to be seen, even if you think it's a crap part, just do your best. Do a good job. Just commit to it. Just commit to it. Because at the end, it's also, you have to have some of your own self-pride. And when you get in your car driving away from the
integrity.
set, you want to be going, no, I did it. Yeah, it was a crap thing, but I did my part. And for me, if I don't, then I beat myself up. I'm like, dude, you didn't show up. You can't do that. You're a professional actor.
That's integrity, man. That's integrity. Well, listen, I would love to hear, you know, like if you want to put together like a laundry list of like tips for actors, I'd love to publish that on our network. And, you know, I think teaching is an awesome way to advance your own discipline and your own work and take it to the next level, and as well as help others. So, you know, that said, next question, what do directors need to know?
Oh, directors. What do they need to know?
What do they need to know working?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of directors,
what do they need to know working with actors?
Hear that, and it's true to some extent, because a good actor, you're being asked to be vulnerable all the time, over and over and over, and it takes a little bit of a toll where it just can take a little bit of a toll. So you have to be patient, not kick gloves, but you got to be patient, and you have to have your vision, know what the hell you're shooting, so that I completely trust you're asking me to do this, I'm going to do it. And so that when I see the end result, I'm like, because there have been so many times that I've made a choice on a scene, and I've looked at it, and we start to shoot it, and the director's like, no, I think it's this way. And it goes completely against what I thought it was going to be, but I do it, and I'm like, oh, they were right. And that's the collaboration. That with the writer too. It's like, oh, I didn't see it that way, and your way is right. It's gone the other way too.
Stay open.
You guided me into a wrong way, but for the most part, when you get to a level where people are getting paid a decent amount of money, most of the directors are good enough to know, no, you need. They have a vision of what they want this show to look like, whatever the show is, and then build up trust, so that, because the only way, you have the script, and we'll do the scripted take, and then of course we're going to start creating some stuff. That's where some of the fun can come in, where you start improvising some things here and there. But when I'm doing that, I have to feel like I'm in a safe place that I can do anything, because I'm gonna come up with some stuff that bombs, that falls flat, doesn't work. And if you're starting to feel judged or getting self-conscious, then you're in your head, you can't act. So it's about a trusting place where it's like, if it doesn't work, no big deal. Here we go. We're going to the next one. Oh, that one works. Great. And the best thing I can say about a director, there's a director I've shot like 8 commercials with, Matt Asselton. And he has this thing, and I just love it, where we start to shoot the scene, whatever it is, and I have ideas going into it, and he lets me kind of go off, and I'll start doing them. We'll do the scripted version, then I'll do all the things that I've created. And then right as I kind of start running out of ideas and I'm kind of petering out a little bit, he has a really great ability to go, what if we try this? And I'm like, okay, and I'll do it, and that kind of gets me going again, and so I'm doing more stuff, and then right when I start to peter out again, he just goes, okay, great, what if we do this? And it's a magical, I don't know how, if he senses it or he just sees it or what, but the second I start to be like, I got nothing left, I got nothing else, he knows kind of how to guide me into another world, and we start exploring that.
Yeah.
And that, and I've worked with a lot of directors like that, and the ones that are like that, I look forward to it that morning when I'm getting up, going to work. I'm like, yay, I get to work with them. I know they got my back. They'll totally help me. I don't have it. And if I do have it, they'll get out of my way. And that's the great balance. And the good directors know how.
Well, so he can inspire you to recharge and recommit to that moment.
Look, and we're all human beings. There are just some days I can't. I've been doing it 25 years, and there are some days I get there and I'm like, I don't have it. I thought I did, and I just don't. I don't have the funny. I don't have and I need a director to help me out. And a lot of times, even if I'm in that mode, if the director can help me, get me going, then we're good. And then I kind of take off and move. But some days you have it, some days you don't. That's across the board for anything in the arts. I know musicians who run into that. Everybody.
Look, I think as a director, one of the things, the next question is, what do you need from directors as an actor? And I would say, and you've kind of already talked, and you basically have already said it. But one thing, I'd interject and for your thoughts is, having experience directing, I think one thing directors need to know and carry into any sort of relationship is I have the most consummate, highest respect for actors, because it is such a grueling, you're asking for somebody's soul, you're asking for somebody's heart, you're asking for somebody's mind.
Yeah, cry 27 times in a row for real. It can't be fake. Break down your soul.
Yeah.
Real. Okay.
All right. I mean, what other occupation does that? There's nothing that's like that.
But
you're asking for everything.
We signed up for it, and on some level, some days I don't like it, but some days I do like it. And more than anything, I like seeing the end result. It's one of the reasons I actually do like TV and film almost more than theater. I love theater because of the audience, but I actually really love TV and film because I love seeing the end result of it. For me, I love being able to watch it, and then it helps me grow as an actor to go, look what you did there. That didn't work. I'm not buying you at all right there. Yeah. That doesn't work. Or sometimes I'm like, hey, you were great. But anyway, what were you saying? The director?
What do you think what do you need from directors? And you pretty much said it.
Yeah, just a trust factor. Help me out if I'm going off the path. Help me out. If I made a mistake in my choice, just help me out. Let me know, and we can fix it. And you have to remember too, it depends on what you're shooting. Because when you're shooting a commercial, it's different than when you're shooting a multicam sitcom than when you're shooting an hour-long drama. They're all very different. Because when you're doing a commercial, there's a lot of chiefs, and you're the actor's the one Indian. Because the production wants their take, the director wants his, the client everybody wants their own kind of versions, and you need a director who can sift through all that and go, I mean, there are so many times when I'm doing a commercial where I'm like, just give me the line read. There's not an integrity factor here. Give me the line read so we can get this shot and get the hell on with our lives. And then, multicam, they have to direct 4 cameras at the same time. That's an art in its own way, and still be able to communicate with the actors. And then hour-longs, I think hour-long is the one where they really have to have almost a storyboard in their head of what they're going to shoot. So on the day, there's no doubt, we're doing this, and let me help you get to this place where we're going to be.
Lex, gotta ask, why do you do it?
I got into it for the wrong reasons. I got into it all the wrong reasons. Love me, love me, love me. So that was in my 20s. Yeah. Oh no, my parents didn't love me, so I'm going to make the rest of the world love me, kind of a thing. Yeah. But the irony about that was, that's a good motivator. It kept me going in the beginning, especially when jobs were so few and far between. It kept me going. Yeah. You get older, your priorities change. I got therapy, and that got taken out of the equation. Yeah. And I did have a chunk of time where I was like, do I want to do this? I don't need that attention anymore. I don't need that. Do I want to do this? But by that point, I've been doing it long enough where I was proud of a lot of the work I was doing. And I was like, you know what? I enjoy being proud. I enjoy getting a challenge, a tough, you're Mad Dogging or Cupid, or I had a 14-hour day improvising with Robin Williams on Crazy Ones. And I was a little nervous going into it. And by the end of the day, it was such a great experience that there was pride and a joy there that I don't get from anything else. So now it's just about taking pride. Always, for me, it's always doing a good job. It's an audition. You're not going to get the part. I don't care. Do a great job, because they will remember you as a good actor, and they'll find a place for you maybe in another project. So for me, it's just the consistency of always doing a great job, no matter what it is, and then making some money. I got 3 kids and a wife. Hey, we gotta pay the bills, and let's try to. And at this point, it's all I've ever done. I'm 48 years old.
Lex Medlin.
All I've ever done. So what am I going to reinvent myself now? No.
Lex Medlin, consummate professionalism. I mean, it just oozes out of you. And I think that is certainly something that contributes to, defines you as an actor. I mean, wow. Thank you so much for making the time, man. Where can we catch your stuff now? What do you got going on?
The thing's coming up. I did an independent film called Wonder Boy. I thought it was dead, but I ran into the director, and he said it was in the final, color correction, the final stages. So that, I think they're going to festivals with that, Golden Boy. And that's another part where, a pretty dark part for me. So I was proud of that. I shot that over 6 days. And then I got to work with Leah Thompson, who was an absolute delight. And we did the pilot for a webisode, which is a big thing now that it's starting to happen more and more. And shows are actually getting made off of web series that we're on. There's a bunch of them a bunch of shows right now that's how they came to fruition. But it's a show called Over the Hill. I know they're in editing right now. So when that hits the internet, give it a look. Very funny. I have a smaller part in the pilot, but I'll have bigger parts in future episodes. And other than that, I'm fairly syndicated because I've done about 50 different shows. So I'll pop up in your living room, which is creepy, but.
Dude, love to see you there. Send us links. We'll push them out with this video. Thank you so much, Lex. Peace to our audience. Really appreciate it.
I wish you guys nothing but the best. I love this. I love what you're trying to do, and let's just I'll do what I can to help you any way I can. Okay.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Have a great one.
Care.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in this week. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and leave us a like and or a comment. It makes a big difference. Play It Forward is brought to you by Digipops, where we're building a community to put film and filmmaker discovery in your hands. Here, filmmakers and fans, the creative class, recognizes each other fairly and transparently through a community-curated film festival each quarter. It's coming soon. Thank you.